Hello, stop scrolling for a second. Yeah, you. You ever feel like you're grinding every day, but still stuck relying on everyone else? Like your growth is chained to opinions, handouts, or just waiting for the world to give you a break? That hits hard, doesn't it? You're not lazy or broken. That's the trap most people never escape. But in the next 10 minutes, I'm dropping the 6 unbreakable rules that flip the script, turning you into the self-made force who grows on your own terms, plus a bonus that'll lock it all in forever. If you're tired of depending and ready to own your life, drop a fire below. Let's freaking build this together. Don't miss a word. Chapter 1. Know Thyself, the foundation of self, assessment and awareness. Picture this. You're 25, stuck in a dead-end job, scrolling through everyone's perfect lives on your phone. You feel lost, like you're just going through the motions, waiting for anything to click. But deep down, you know the real problem. You don't even know who you are anymore. That was me 10 years ago. Fresh out of college, chasing what everyone else said I should want. Big house, fancy car, the whole dream. But one night, after another pointless argument with my boss, I sat alone in my tiny apartment and asked myself, what do I really stand for? What am I good at? What sucks the life out of me? It was scary, but that question changed everything. Socrates said it best over 2,000 years ago, know thyself. He meant dig deep, figure out your strengths, your weak spots, your core values. Without that, you're building on sand. Everything collapses when life hits hard. Think about Michael Jordan, kid from North Carolina, cut from his high school basketball team. He could have quit, but he looked in the mirror, saw his fire for the game, his work ethic, and turned weaknesses into wins. Became the greatest because he knew himself first. Your turn. Grab a notebook. Write down 3 strengths like, I'm great at fixing things, or I make people laugh. 3 weaknesses like, I hate crowds, or I procrastinate on big tasks. And 3 values: family, honesty, adventure, whatever lights you up. This self-check isn't fancy, but do it weekly, and you'll spot patterns. You'll say no to junk that drains you. Yes to stuff that grows you. It's the base for every rule coming up without knowing you. How can you grow alone? If that mirror moment just clicked for you, comment, I know myself right now. Chapter 2 is all about turning that knowledge into skills that make you unstoppable. Hit that like button if you're ready to own your growth. Subscribe and tap the bell. Let's build this independent life together, one rule at a time. You're already stronger than you think. See you in the next one. Chapter 2. Master New Skills. Competence as the key to confidence. You ever try something new and feel like a total flop at first? Like picking up a guitar, strumming a few notes, and thinking, this is impossible, I'll never get it. But then, after a few weeks of practice, you play your first song, and suddenly, you feel like you can conquer anything. That's the magic of skills. They don't just make you better at stuff, they build your belief in yourself. Let me tell you about Elon Musk. Kid from South Africa. No fancy connections. But he taught himself coding at 12 by reading books and messing around on a computer. Built his first game, sold it for $500. That small win snowballed PayPal, Tesla, SpaceX, all because he mastered skills step by step, turning I can't into watch me. Psychologists call this competence leading to confidence. When you get good at one thing, it spills over. You fix a leaky faucet yourself? Boom, you feel capable. Learn to cook a meal from scratch? You stop depending on takeout and feel proud. Start easy. Pick one skill today, like public speaking or budgeting. Watch free videos. Practice 15 minutes a day. Track your wins. Day 1, messed up. Day 10, nailed it. In a month, you'll stand taller, ready for bigger challenges. This rule turns knowing yourself into doing something with it. If you're pumped to grab a new skill, comment "Skill Up" below. Chapter 3 is about taking charge of your money and feelings so nothing knocks you down. Hit that like if you're building your confidence toolkit. Subscribe and ring the bell. Let's keep this growth train rolling. You got the power inside. See you next. Chapter 3. Manage your resources. Financial and emotional independence. Imagine scraping by paycheck to paycheck, one bad day away from everything falling apart, or feeling crushed after a breakup, like your happiness depends on someone else. You tell yourself, "I'll be okay," but inside, you're terrified of the next hit. That's where most people stay stuck. But you don't have to. Let me share about Oprah Winfrey. Grew up poor in Mississippi, abused, no safety net. But she learned early, control your money and feelings, or they control you. Started saving every penny from her first TV job, built an empire worth billions. Emotionally, she faced betrayals but bounced back by journaling and therapy, turning pain into power. Studies from psychologists like Daniel Kahneman show financial stress kills happiness faster than anything. And emotional dependence? It leaves you fragile. But independence in both? That's freedom. For money, track every dollar. Use a simple app or notebook. Write income, expenses. Save 20% first. Cut one needless buy a week, like coffee out, and watch your buffer grow. For emotions, when upset, breathe deep. Ask, what's really bothering me? Journal it out. Build a me-time habit. Walk alone. Read. Recharge without needing others. Master these, and life's storms just make you tougher. If you're ready to take the reins, comment "My resources" now. Chapter 4 is the quiet game changer. Why alone time unlocks your true self. Smash that like if you're claiming your independence today. Subscribe and hit the bell. Let's keep unlocking your potential. You're built for this. See you in Chapter 4. Chapter 4. Embrace solitude. The power of time alone for self-discovery. You ever feel that pull to always be around people, scrolling chats or calling friends just to fill the quiet? Like silence is the enemy, and being alone means something's wrong with you. But what if that quiet is actually your secret weapon? Let me tell you about Henry David Thoreau. This guy ditched city life in 1845, built a tiny cabin by Walden Pond, and lived alone for 2 years. No distractions, just nature and his thoughts. He wrote a whole book about it, saying solitude helped him find real peace and figure out what mattered. Turned him from a regular dude into a thinker who inspired millions. Research from psychologists like Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi shows time alone boosts creativity and self-understanding. It lets your brain recharge, solve problems, and dream big without outside noise. Try it simple. Set aside 30 minutes a day. No phone, no TV. Sit, walk, or journal. Ask yourself, what do I really want? At first, it might feel weird, but soon, ideas flow. Stress melts, and you discover strengths you forgot. Embracing alone time isn't lonely. It's how you grow roots deep enough to stand tall. If you're ready to try solitude, Comment alone time below. Chapter 5 is the push you need. Stepping out of your safe zone to build real toughness. Hit that like if solitude calls to you. Subscribe and tap the bell. Let's unlock more of your independent power. This is your time. See you in the next. Chapter 5. Step beyond comfort. Building resilience through challenges. You know that cozy spot where everything's easy, no risks, no sweat, just the same routine day after day? But deep down, it feels like you're not really living, just existing, and one curveball could knock you flat. That's the comfort trap, and breaking out is where real growth kicks in. Let me tell you about J.K. Rowling, single mom on welfare, rejected by 12 publishers for her Harry Potter book. She could have stayed safe, given up. But she pushed through the no's, the doubts, the hard days. Turned that struggle into a billion-dollar world because she stepped into the unknown. Science backs this. Psychologists like Angela Duckworth call it grit. Pushing past comfort builds mental muscle. Like lifting weights for your brain. You get better at bouncing back, solving problems, staying cool under pressure. Start small. Say yes to one scary thing a week. Cold shower, public speaking class, solo trip. Feel the fear. Do it anyway. Track how it makes you tougher. Week 1, hated it. Week 4, crushed it. This rule turns your self-knowledge and skills into unbreakable armor. If you're stepping out today, comment beyond comfort now. Chapter 6 is the fire. Chasing what lights you up to make growth feel alive. Hit that like if you're breaking free from easy. Subscribe and tap the bell. Let's fuel your independent fire next. You're tougher than you know. See you in Chapter 6. Chapter 6. Pursue purpose. Aligning actions with passions and values. You wake up excited, not dreading the day, because everything you do feels like it's pulling you towards something bigger. No more aimless scrolling or busy work, just steps that light you up inside. But how many of us chase that, instead of letting life push us around? That's the pull of purpose. Without it, growth feels like a chore. Let me tell you about Malala Yousafzai. Young girl in Pakistan, loved learning, but her world said girls shouldn't. Shot by extremists at 15 for speaking up. Could have hidden, but her passion for education, her value of equality, drove her forward. Won the Nobel Peace Prize at 17, now fights for girls worldwide. Purpose turned her pain into a global force. Experts like Viktor Frankl, who survived concentration camps, said finding meaning is key to resilience. It aligns your daily actions with what fires you up: family, creativity, helping others. Find yours. List 3 passions, like helping kids or building things. Match them to values, kindness, innovation. Then act volunteer. Start a side project. Watch how growth feels natural, not forced. This rule ties your self-knowledge, skills, and resilience into a life that matters. If purpose calls to you, comment "My Purpose" below. Chapter 7 wraps it all. How to keep this growth going for life. Hit that like if you're aligning your path today. Subscribe and tap the bell. Let's seal your independent journey next. Your purpose is waiting. See you in the final chapter. Chapter 7. Integrate and sustain. Applying the rules for lifelong autonomy. You've got the map now, all 6 rules locked in, from knowing yourself to chasing purpose. But here's the real test. What if life gets busy, distractions hit, and you slip back to old ways? like starting a gym, habit strong, then quitting when work piles up, feeling like you failed again. That's where most growth stops. But not for you. Let me tell you about Bruce Lee. Grew up weak in Hong Kong, but blended martial arts, philosophy, and fitness into his own way. He didn't just learn rules, he lived them daily, adapting as life threw punches. Wrote notes, reflected every night, turned habits into his unbreakable routine, became a legend because he sustained the growth, no matter what. Experts like James Clear in Atomic Habits say small daily tweaks compound into massive change. Integrate these rules. Review your self-assessment weekly. Practice one new skill daily. Check your money and moods monthly. Schedule solitude. Face a small challenge often. Align one action to purpose each day. Sustain it. Set reminders, journal wins and slips. Forgive setbacks, they're teachers. Surround yourself with growth-minded folks, but rely on your inner drive. This isn't a quick fix. It's your lifelong toolkit for staying free and strong. If you're committing to this for good, comment lifelong growth below. You just finished the full guide. Save this video, share it with a friend chasing independence. Hit that like button if these rules fired you up. Subscribe and turn on the bell for more life-changing series like this. You're ready to own your path. Listen close, friend. You just crushed 7 chapters of pure gold 6 rules, plus the blueprint to make them stick forever, turning you from dependent to unstoppable in your own growth story. Here's the one lesson that'll echo in your head. Independence isn't born, it's built. One self-aware step at a time. And once you own it, no one can take it away. That's your power now. Own it. Now, let's lock this in together. Right here, right now. Smash that like button, like you're claiming your independent future. I want 100,000 likes in 24 hours, or I'm dropping a free independent growth workbook to one random commenter, real deal. Comment one word. Independent, if this series just lit your fire to grow solo. I'm replying to the first 500 tonight. Subscribe and slam that bell because next week, I'm dropping 6 rules to crush procrastination forever. The sequel you need to keep this momentum exploding. Share this video with one person in your life who's ready to break free. Text them. Watch this and let's level up together. You could spark their whole transformation. Numbers are flying. Let's hit escape velocity. I'm so proud of you for investing in yourself today. Now go live that independent life like the boss you are. See you in the next one.